Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from my friends at Hunkydory Crafts, we have foiled pattern acetate stepper cards, and they look like this, and it's a wonderful base to decorate cards like this. And you get this wonderful translucent effect and then a place to write on the inside if you would like. This is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, let's take a flip through all these different patterns and designs. So you're getting 16 cards with envelopes, and they all have really beautiful either gold or silver foiling, and I'm going to put them on this background so we can see them better. So you're getting a beautiful gold polka dot and then a silver polka dot. Let's see if we can skip through those. There's a silver, so you're getting 2 gold, 2 silver, and this beautiful sort of a diamond print on there. 2 gold, 2 silver. And then this one is a really beautiful, almost like this little swirls. Maybe we can zoom in on these a little bit. Some swirls with some little leaves. Very, very sweet. 2 gold, 2 silver. And then this one is a little bit more of like a diamond, I don't know, like a tapestry. Look at that beautiful diamond shape on there. 2 gold, 2 silver of that as well. All right, so, and then you're getting envelopes to fit all your cards. All right, so let's first talk about how these are folded, and then I'll get right to the card ideas and designs. So they're nice and sturdy acetate, and they come, of course, like this. And then I recommend a bone folder being very, very helpful. And I like to fold on they're already scored, so I like to fold the top piece first. And before we score anything or go over it with our go over the score lines with our bone folder, I like to just do the folding first, okay? So for this one, this is the bottom of the card. So this score line, we're gonna fold this one back, okay, to make a little mountain fold right there. And then this one goes forward, and then you're just kind of accordion folding after that. And I find it's easier to go from front to back because then it kind of makes sense how you're folding it. You're creating the step like that, okay? And then you're just going to do the same on the other side, this way, and then back, and then this way, and then the final one in the back goes like this. So when that's all done, you're going to kind of compress it, and then you're going to take your bone folder and go over to those score lines. Okay, and just get them nice and crisp so that everything stays a little bit more compressed. There we go. And there's your shape. Okay, whoop, just like that. All right, so let's look at all the different things that you can do with this. So here is a card I made using, well, let's see, a couple of different goodies. So the first of all, I want to show you the background piece that I used so you can identify that. So I used the silver one, this one right here. Okay, got it all folded. And then I went ahead and I took some tape. Okay, now you could use, this is 3/8 inch wide, super strong tape. It has a white backing on it, but it's clear, okay? Or you could use this red one that is extra sticky tape and also has a red backing, but it is also clear. So either one of those tapes. And I put some tape first along the bottom edge here. And I would suggest doing this before you folded everything. And you're turning it over, the embossed kind of printed side is on this side. This is the reverse. And then I used some pink polka dot paper from Dotted Duos number 2. And I used the little micro dot on this side. And then on the other side, it's got a bigger dot. Okay, and I cut a piece to go here to fit within this window, because on the other side, you're going to see the micro dot. Okay, and then I also cut a piece like this. But oh gosh, I cut it too short, but it's okay. It'll show us for our demonstration. And it's going to go right here. So the first piece, I'm going to go ahead and tape in place right here. And I'm going to use our tape. And it's fun, I think, to put this backing on here and just to give it extra color. And you can see the pattern of the polka dots through it. And Debbie has a great technique where she colored the back with some tri-blend markers, and they're alcohol markers, so they don't rub off. And we'll show you that at the end of the video. Okay, so we're going to do that. You don't need a lot of tape, but you do want the paper to go within the bounds of that little rectangle. Okay, so it's going to look like that. And then you're going to put a piece of tape down here, and you're going to put that border down there. But I cut mine too short, so we won't do that part. Okay, so once you get that part done and it's all taped up, then go ahead and fold your card. That's my recommendation there. All right, so the next part of the card, I added along this border right here. This is our white fancy border dazzle stickers, which I love because they're just little pieces of lace. And they're so delicate. Ooh, I grabbed the wrong part of that one. They're so delicate and sweet, and they're just don't take up all the bulk of using like a fabric or something, and they're, you know, they just self-adhere right on there. That, and then this is just a little 4-inch wide paper doily. They come in this little pack at paperwishes.com. And on top of that, I used the Sweet Life 3D paper towel. This one right here, and it comes in 3 layers. There's the first one, second, third, 4 layers, sorry. And you're just putting those together with little bits of foam tape, okay? There are instructions here how to do that. You just punch these out, and then you place this piece right here, this piece right here with a little bit of foam tape. Oh, and there's another layer right here, okay? And then I just foam taped the doily to the card. You can see, because no, there's paper on the back, so that's nice. And then this piece, the topper, goes right off to the center of that one. And then I took all the little extra pieces that they give you, 1, 2, 3, and I foam taped those with some adorable little pastel flowers with little pearls on them. Super cute. Then on the inside of the card, I wanted to give you a little place to write. And I just cut a piece of white cardstock, just a little bit smaller than the pink one, and then taped that there as well. And you can see the tape is right there. And yeah, very simple to do, but just a lot of little fun steps to take place. Now, this is our giveaway card for this episode. So if you stick around, well, no, you don't have to stick around. I'm going to tell you now. How that works is we are trying to promote our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So that is over on YouTube, and if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode on paperwishes.com, you can enlarge this screen and click along the bottom edge. There's a little YouTube icon, and it'll take you right over to our YouTube channel. We ask that once you're there that you subscribe, you give us a thumbs up, and that you leave us a comment. So like, comment, and subscribe. And then after about a week, that gives time for people to see the video and participate, we will reply to one viewer's comment by saying congratulations, and we will identify them by using their YouTube username. And then we will give them instructions on how to claim their card. So you have to know your YouTube username. Everybody has their own unique one, so you'll have to do a little investigating if you don't remember what yours is. And also hit that notification bell at the top right-hand corner, because that lets you know when we're trying to announce a winner, and also when we drop a new video. All right, so yeah, giveaway card. We hope that that gets claimed. All right, so next, you guys, here's one that Debbie made. Really, really sweet. And this one uses, here we go, Garden Botanical. Just such a great paper package, new for us. And this piece right here, this rectangle piece, that came from the card toppers, those little rectangles that you can cut out, and she cut that down to fit here. You can see here she still has a little bit of a border there of the pattern, which is so cute. And then this is one of the cutouts from that collection as well, and she just put that right there, using tape to adhere this. And then she also used some really sweet die cuts that coordinate with this. So we've got Hello Beautiful right there, and then on the inside of the card, instead of a little place to write, there's Sending a Warm Hug tag that's from right here. And then she also colored some of the coordinating chipboard, which is so pretty. And I have written down here which ones she used, which pens. So she used beautiful lavender, as you can see right here. And then she used light yellow for the center. And then for the leaves, she used both light green and dull green. So you can see here for an example, there's light green on this one with dull green outlines. So super fun. And then she attached them all using the tape. Okay. That's a great idea, Debbie. All right, so next, for this card, look at this one. Oops, got it stuck on here. For this one, look at this. This one has super glitter shimmer. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So Debbie used on this one, oops, she used glitter foil. Okay, it's self-adhesive glitter paper. So it comes in all these sheets. I think there's 5 sheets in this pack. And she cut it down the same way that I did on my card, where she cut a rectangle here and then a long strip right here. And then she also cut a rectangle for here and for here for the back. Okay, she did not put any on these pieces. And then what you do is you cut it down to fit the size that you want, and then literally you just peel. Oops. There we go. Just peel this off. It's adhesive on this side. And remember, we would recommend that you do this while it's flat. And you're doing it just like I did the paper one, except you're just putting that sticker in right there. And you're adhering that. And then you get this really cool glittery background. It's a little iridescent. It's amazing. We love that. Good job, Debbie. And then she used for her little focal point here, Mystic Moon chipboard pieces. She used this one right here, and she colored that with, let me see if I can get this right. I had to write these down. For this one, she used lavender. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. She used light pink, light yellow. She used dull green. She used hydrangea. Here it is. And she also used ice gray on all of these. And then you can see here behind the little chipboard pieces, those are just empty little spaces. She took the coordinating solid cardstock for the Mystic Moon, and she just put little pieces of paper behind the flower. There's the pink one, and then the lavender paper right here behind this one, and even the little dragonflies that she colored gray so that they have a little backing on them, and you can see that from the underside. So cute. So once she did that, she taped those on and then added some really fabulous Purple Collection Dazzle stickers. Now all of these stickers come in this one huge collection, and they all have this beautiful purple mural, and purple mirror. Okay, and she put sending hugs, okay, so using these wonderful little reading dazzles, and then also these gorgeous border dazzles. She used this one. It's the same fancy border dazzle that I used in white. She used it in purple, and she placed it right along the top and bottom edge. Gorgeous. The shimmer on this is really beautiful. All right, so for our last card idea, okay, Debbie made this one too. This one I'm going to put on white so you guys can see it better. Look at this one, so gorgeous. So for this one, Debbie used the markers, but she colored the background. So you have to, if you're going to add color directly to this acetate, the front side has foiling on it, okay? And if you use alcohol markers on those, alcohol, lifts things right off, and it would erase all that foiling. So you need to turn it over. So I'm gonna demonstrate for you here. I'm just going to use this one that I already started on. So what Debbie did was she took, first of all, you need to put this on turn your card over, and you're going to be coloring on the side that doesn't have the printing on it. Okay, and Debbie used, let me see if I can go through this. I've got so many pins on my desk here. Okay, she used lavender and hydrangea, so there's 2 colors of purple. She also used like a really beautiful blue, which is this blue turquoise. She used jade, and she used dark red. Right? So I'm just going to use this dark red. Now, if you've never used these pens before, let me do a little demonstration for you here. So there's 3 pens in one, and generally they're used for blending, okay? But we didn't use that feature for these cards. But for future reference, this is a dark nib on one end. And then there's a medium or mid color. And if you wanted to blend them, this is how I like to do it. I just go from one color to the next. This is the light color. And then I just kind of go back over it with light. And you see how it's giving you that gradation of color so easily. And that's because all 3 pens are designed the same color, just in different shades. Beautiful. So what Debbie did was she took, I think her background color is like a purple color, and she actually just colored directly on this. I'm gonna go ahead with red. Maybe she used red for, it does look like it. I don't know why I thought it was purple. And went ahead and just colored that in just like this. And then you want to give it just a few minutes to dry. They dry very quickly. But I wouldn't try folding them or anything until you let that completely dry. And then that's what it looks like from the opposite side. Isn't that cool? You'll get that translucent pattern and everything, but yeah, it's just beautiful with the color. So what did Debbie use on this one? So she used, after she colored all the little sections, she used Botanical Library die cuts. Those are all these little pieces right here. And then she also used the cutting dies, okay? For this piece here, she made a little bouquet here. And then she die cut all of those pieces using the Botanical Library solid cardstock. Really, really sweet. She inked the edges of those with a little bit of blue ink and then added a little light pink ribbon there for her little bow. So, so sweet. We love how she did that. Okay, you guys, so we have all of these different cards and all of these different techniques for you. Don't forget, this is our giveaway card for this episode. So we really hope you participate so you can claim that one. And the money saver, we have a great money saver. It's right there on that side of the screen on the right side. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box, and there's a link that'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. And while you're there on YouTube, it would be great if you would subscribe. It really helps out our channel and helps it grow. So yes, we have this fantastic collection, great money saver. Down below the video, all the items are listed individually, and there are full color photos where if you click on the card photos, they'll give you a very specific item list for each card. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.